Hey there, everyone. Welcome back. I just sadly found out that the lady that was dropped on her head was actually the ninth victim of the Astroworld, Bharti Shahani, and I just wanted to say that's absolutely horrible and a nightmare. And my heart, and my prayers go out to the family. This is just absolutely I just can't believe it. I know a lot of you have asked me to remove the video, and out of respect, I should take it down. But the thing is that the people that were helping her on that stretcher need to be held responsible. They need to find out who these people are. They rushed getting her out of there over that fence and that barricade, and also that barricade proves that that shouldn't have been there, and that was also what was causing, paramedics as well as police as well as people from, getting the help they needed, as well as the barricades are what caused the problem to begin with. And that's the thing, is if the video was never posted, then nobody would be aware of it, and they would just think it was the crowd surge that caused all this. And that's the thing, is that maybe she was okay, and maybe them dropping her is what caused further injuries. And, it's just horrible to say that, but it's just a possibility. And this video, people need to find out who these people are, hold them responsible and accountable for, rushing and not doing their proper jobs. They're panicking, it looks like in this video. I understand the situation is stressful, but they're supposed to be professionals and they're supposed to be doing their job is not to panic. And also that barricade proves without a doubt that that's what caused the situation, as well as, caused that situation where they couldn't have got her out safely, and they rushed it and ended up dropping her. And that's the thing, this article reads: Astroworld medics under fire as ninth victim revealed as woman seen being dropped from stretcher on her head. And that's the thing, should the medics be under fire for this, or should they be, off the hook? And that's the thing, is my question is, why should these people be left off the hook, or should they be held responsible? Like, they're clearly rushing this. And my point is also is that this barricade, I'm not going to show this, but um, the barricade is the reason why they're having troubles bringing her over in the first place, and they don't wait and they rush. I understand that it's kind of hard to say that these people should be responsible, but the people in front definitely aren't looking behind and waiting and doing their job. They're panicking and rushing, and that's one of the reasons probably why she suffered injuries. And I want to know what injuries she suffered from, because it might be related to this. And the thing I wanted to point out, which is kind of odd and disturbing that somebody mentioned in the comments, is why was her shirt lifted up? I don't know if it was because they're doing CPR or whatnot, but why was her shirt lifted up? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, I'm not trying to be like disgraceful or anything like that because of the situation, but I'm just pointing it out. Like, it just, somebody mentioned that her shirt was lifted up and her bra was exposed. I don't know if that's part of, paramedic procedures when they're doing CPR or doing stuff. But this proves that whoever designed this place was a flaw. These barricades were definitely designed wrong, weren't shouldn't have been there. It definitely prevented people from getting the help they needed, and this is what caused this 100%. Um, I don't know what happened to her beforehand. They said that she got crowd surged. That could have caused a lot of injuries. But the thing is, too, is that this definitely added to it, and these people need to be held responsible. I'd also like to point out that I watched this video in its entire a few more times in slow motion, and this one officer here actually was watching the whole time, and he could have said something and stopped it. And like, he was literally, his eye contact is watching the back of the stretcher, and he watches it fall and doesn't say anything. It's the other officer that freaks out. I'm not going to play it, I'm not going to show it, but you can clearly see that his eye contact is going right there. You can see that he's looking straight at her, and that's absolutely crazy that he didn't say anything. And that's the reason why this video, that proves that this Houston police officer should be held responsible as well. So I know some people are going to find it disrespectful and disgusting to keep the video up, but it's evidence, and they need to, like I said, if it wasn't posted, people wouldn't be aware of it. And I just caught that too, that The officer was making complete visual eye contact and saw what was happening and didn't stop anything or say anything, and that's just absolutely horrible. I just wanted to point out that I'll be putting a link to the family's GoFundMe page in the description below if you want to go donate to them as well. I just want to point out that I was going over a bunch of news articles about this and reading about her injuries and what happened, and it almost seems like that what happened in the video could be playing a role to her injuries, possibly. This article states a 22-year-old woman who was injured during the crowd surge at Astroworld Festival on Friday has been declared brain dead. Since the stampede, her family says Shahani has suffered multiple heart attacks. Can hitting your head cause a heart attack? A multitude of brain injuries such as stroke, asthmatic stroke, brain hemorrhage, or SA, traumatic brain injury, brain tumor, and various causes of intracranial hypertension can lead to cardiac dysfunction, arrhythmias, and heart failure. So yeah, hitting your head could cause heart attacks, and that's the thing is she did have brain damage. So hitting her head could cause, obvious brain damage, and she was dropped on her head. I don't know if her neck was broken. Somebody suggested it in the comments that that's a possibility. I don't know all the injuries she subdued. The articles just said that really. The thing I'd like to point out though is that if you're in a crowd surge and you're being squeezed and you can't breathe and you faint, you could suffer from a heart attack, which could cause to brain damage or brain injury. A heart attack can cause an acquired brain injury in a matter of a few minutes. But I'd like to point out it states that up until her passing, the young woman's family said she had been on a ventilator. She had showed no brain activity shortly after her hospitalization. I don't know, that's what the articles claim, and that's what it states. You could actually suffer from a heart attack from hitting your head and brain damage, obviously. And if you're having a heart attack, you can get brain damage. Obviously, they're going to want to try to state that it was caused by the crowd surge. They don't want the officers or the medical team to be, put on the blame, but accidents do happen and they were panicked, they were rushed. I understand the situation, but they have a job to do, and in the video it clearly looks like she wasn't clearly there. She was unconscious, and yeah, possibly from them dropping her on her head, that's what caused her to become brain damage, or possibly increased her injuries, or led to ultimately to her death, sadly. And that's just absolutely a nightmare and horrible. And the people that are supposed to be saving you end up ultimately hurting you even more, or ultimately killing you, possibly. This is just all alleged off of what everything I'm reading and reporting off the net, and it's just absolutely just it just breaks my heart, and I can't even imagine what the family's going through right now. So yeah, you can either agree or disagree with me. I'm really curious to hear some of your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. I'll probably end up removing the video after a while. It is circulating on TMZ and all over the internet anyway, so it's not like I really need to keep it up on my channel, I guess. I just kind of reported on it and just wanted to bring awareness to it. And like I said, it's evidence and it shows the negligence, and the officer now that I see is clearly watching and looking. Maybe he was too paying too attention to what he was seeing and not actually paying attention to what he was supposed to be doing. I don't know. I don't know what was going on. I know it was just absolute chaos. It was absolutely hell from what I've heard and could see. And my heart, my prayers go to the family and everybody that's been impacted by this. And I'm truly sorry that this had to happen, and this could have been prevented. And like I said, you can either agree or disagree with me. And I'm just going to leave it at that for now. And I'll just go from there. My heart and my prayers go to the family and victims from Astroworld. This is just truly a nightmare.